What's up everyone, this is iReviews. In this video we're gonna show you the top 20 Cydia tweaks for 2015. The first tweak we're gonna show you, it's called GrabberAppE 8. This tweak will allow you to replace your camera grabber on your lock screen with another app that you choose. You can see right here, if I slide up here at the camera grabber, it won't take me to the camera app, but it will take me to Cydia. Now you have also another app right here on the left side that you can add on your lock screen, and you can easily launch that app directly from your lock screen. Now if you go to settings under GrabberAppE 8, here you have an enable button for the camera grabber. Then you go here, cam grabber application, and you choose whichever application that you want to replace your camera grabber with. Then if you go back, here you can enable the second icon on your lock screen. Just enable it right here and choose any application you like. And if we go back, here you have a respring button for all the changes to take effect. You can download GrabberAppE 8 for free from the Big Boss repo. The next tweak we're going to show you, it's called photo timestamp. This tweak will add a timestamp on your photos on your photo library, so when you're browsing through them you can know the exact date and time that you did take that picture or added that picture to your phone. Now if we go to our photo library, you can see right here, you will see this red banner right here, and when I slide through my photos, it will show me the date and the time when this photo was added to my phone. Now if we go to settings, here we have some options that we can configure for this tweak. We have an enable button right here, then here we have background color. If you go here, you can choose a background color for the banner. Lower here you can set the transparency of the banner and then change the text color right here. And if we go back, here you can change the position of the text and also change the font of the text. Just choose any font you like and hit done right here. Then you can set the font size, also the stamp height right here. Then here you have a reset to default settings. If you click this, it will reset all the settings of this tweak to their default. You can download photo timestamp for $1.99 from the Big Boss repo. The next tweak we're gonna show you, it's called polis. This tweak will allow you to customize your control center toggles and also the quick launches. If we go to settings, go to polis, here we have icon packs. If we go here, you have all the icon packs that came pre-installed with this tweak, and if you want to add more, you just go right here to extra apps. It will redirect you to Cydia and you can download more icon packs. Lower here we have configuration. Now here we have bottom shelf and top shelf. The bottom shelf are the quick launches and the top shelf are the toggles. If you want to customize one of them, you just open it up. Then here we have select icon. You can choose any icon you want. And if we go back, then here we have tap and hold. You can choose what you want to do when you tap. The airplane mode, you can choose to toggle airplane mode or use an activator action. You have the same here for tap and hold. And if we go back, then here you can customize the toggles of your control center. Here you can choose how many toggles you want to see per page. You can choose from 1 up to 6, and lower here then you have open to first page, which means that it will open the control center to the first page of toggles anytime you open the control center. Then you have custom shape. Here you can use a custom shape for the toggles. You have square, circle or none. And if we go to the control center, here you can see it looks way more different. Here you have pages of quick launches and the toggles right here look way more different. You can download polis for 99 cents from the Big Boss repo. Next up is Reach Weather. This tweak will make the reachability view of your iOS 8 device more useful by adding the weather of your city on your reachability view. Here you can see if I go to the reachability view, we have 4 pages. The first one is the clock, then we have the weather, then we have here a detailed weather and also the forecast for 3 days. If we go back to the settings of this tweak, we have an enable button, then we have manual reachability control, which means that you will have to dismiss manually the reachability view. It won't dismiss automatically. Lower here you can set custom colors for the title and for the details. Just enable them right here and enter the hex code right here. Lower here you have UI options. You can enable clock page, detailed weather page, forecast And also here you have forecast type. You can choose for 3 days or for 5 days. And if you go right here, we have also Celsius. You can enable or disable it. And then here you can choose the language for your device. Now you can download this tweak for free from the Big Boss repo. Next up is a tweak called CCLoader. You can see right here what this tweak does. This tweak will allow you to reorganize your control center. You can rearrange all the sections of the control center, remove any of them or enable any of them. Now to do that, you will need to go to your settings, go to CCLoader. Here you have enabled section and also disabled section right here. If you want to disable the section, you just drag it down here. If you want to enable one, just drag it up here. You also here have dynamic media controls, which means that if you enable this, it will show the media controls on your control center only when you're playing media, and when you're not playing anything, it will remove them from your control center. You can download CCLoader for free from the Big Boss repo. Next up is OXO 3. This is probably one of the best Cydia tweaks ever. What it does is that it will merge your control center with your app switcher. As you can see right here, we have the toggles right here, the music controls, the volume control, the brightness right here. And if I slide up like this, I will go to the quick launches. And let's go back to the settings of this tweak. You enable it right here, then lower here we have quick switcher. This will enable a quick switcher that allows you to swipe up from the bottom of your device like this, and will send you to the app switcher where you can switch between the background running apps. You can also release right here and it will send you to your home screen. If we go right here back again, here we have hot corners. If you enable this, then it will allow you to swipe up from the corner like this to go to the home screen. And then here we have advanced options. If we go here, we have reachable display. If you enable this, then it will bring down, you can see right here the toggles, it will bring them down from the top right here to down right here, so you can easily reach them with one hand. If we go back to settings, then here we have minimal display. You can enable it right here. Then here you have always or just if no media is playing. Lower here you have open to the last app. This, what it does is that it will center the app switcher to the last app that you have used. Lower here, then you have slider actions. You can choose what you want to do with the slider. When you tap on it, you can toggle the outer brightness, set brightness to maximum or to minimum, and also for the volume control, when you tap on it, you can switch during your volume, set the volume to minimum or set it to maximum. You can download OXO 3 for $2.99 from the Big Boss repo. The next tweak we're going to show you, it's called Berry C8. This tweak will allow you to launch apps directly from your lock screen. Now you can add up to 12 apps on your lock screen and you can easily launch them. To launch one of them, all you have to do is just drag it down here and release it, and now it will launch that app directly from your lock screen. Now if we go to settings, here we have an enable button for this tweak, then you have a respring button for all the changes to take effect. Then here you have app shortcuts. If you go here, you have up to 12 shortcuts and you can add your favorite apps to your lock screen. And here you have a reset button to remove all the shortcuts that you have added. And if we go back, then here you have appearance. Here you can change the appearance of the icons. You can choose the size of the icons right here. You have tiny, small, default and large. And if we go back, you can choose how many apps you want to see per page. And then you can enable or disable badges right here, and also set the transparency of the badges with the slider right here. You can download Berry C8 for free from the Big Boss repo. Next up is a tweak called Anchor. This tweak will allow you to place your icons anywhere you like on your springboard. Now normally the iOS 8 will rearrange your icons. It won't let you place this icon, for example, right here. If you try to place it right here, it will automatically rearrange it and place it here. But this tweak allows you to place your icons anywhere you like. You just drag them to any place you want and you can put them there and they will stay there. Very cool tweak. And if you go to settings, here you have an enable button for this tweak. Then you have your pages right here. You can go ahead and reset the layout for your pages. Just hit hard reset right here. It will respring your device and will reset the layout for that page. You can also reset the layout for all the pages at the same time. Just hit right here, reset all. You can download this tweak for $1.99 from the Big Boss repo. Next up is a tweak called Bigify Plus. This tweak will allow you to add some cool effects to your icons. As you can see right here, it also allows you to resize your icons, and you can do all that by going to your settings and you go to Bigify Plus. The first thing you have here is size. Here you can go ahead and change the size of your icons with the slider right here. Then you have a rotation. Here you can rotate the icons of your device, and if we go back, then we have color. Here you can apply hue. You see the slider right here, and you can see here on real time how the settings will affect your icons. And if we go back, then you have border. You can apply a border for your icons, and if we go back, then you have here advanced settings. Here you can enable a custom layer for your icons and then just change the color with the sliders right here. You can see here on real time the effect that this tweak will have on your icons. If you go back right here, you have flip badges, you can hide icon labels, effect dock, and also pinch to adjust, which means that you can adjust the size of your icons by simply pinching on the springboard. And lower here you have example icon. You saw that icon on real time, how Bigify affects your icons. That was Cydia, and you can choose any icon right here to see as the example how this tweak affects your icons. And if we go back, then here we have saved themes. Here you have some themes that came preloaded with this tweak, and you can launch any of them from here. Just select any one you like, and then lower here you can save your current theme, your configuration. Just hit save current preferences right here, enter a name, and you can save it, and then you will find it under the saved themes, and you can launch it anytime you want. Then here you have apply changes. Just hit that button to respring your device, and all these changes will be made. You can download Bigify Plus for $2 from the Big Boss repo. The next tweak we're going to show you, it's called Cam Rigs. This tweak will allow you to access your camera from anywhere on your device by simply using an activator gesture. Now if I double tap on the status bar, you can see the circle right here. This is the camera of my phone. I can easily tap and take a picture, tap with two fingers to turn to the front camera, or I can tap and hold to start recording a video. Here you can see this red circle will appear, which indicates that now it's recording video. If I tap once again, it will stop recording. It also works on apps, and if you want to dismiss it, you can just drag it down here to this X button. Now if we go to settings, here we have an enable button, then you have activation methods. Here you choose the activator gesture that you will use to launch this tweak. Lower here you have your default camera. You can choose which is your default camera. When you launch this tweak, you can choose the rear or the front camera. And if we go back, then we have flash mode. You can choose your flash mode. And lower here, then we have media quality. Here you can choose the media quality, the quality of your videos and photos that you take with this tweak. And lower here, you can choose how you want to dismiss it. You can choose to dismiss it by dragging down here as I did, or by simply tapping the home button. Lower here, then you have appearance. You can change the shape, the size, and also the border color. Lower here, then we have video settings. Here you can enable video, enable record video with audio, and also here you have the torch mode. You can choose off, on, or automatic. You can download Cam Rigs for $1.99 from the Big Boss repo. The next tweak we're going to show you, it's called Centered. This tweak will add your control center to your notification center. Now we won't have the control center at the bottom of our device, but we will have it on the notification center. Now we have three tabs right here. You can see Today Notifications and CC, which is the control center. Now if we go to settings, here we have some options that we can configure for this tweak. We have an enable button right here. Then here we have custom name. You can set a custom name for the section of the control center on your notification center. And lower here you can also enable a brighten background for your control center. You can see right here the notification center has a darker background, but when we go to the control center, it has a brighter background. You can download this tweak for $1.15 from the Big Boss repo. Next up is a tweak called Color Badge. This tweak will customize your app badges by giving them the color of the icon. You can see right here the App Store has a badge and it has a blue color, which is also the color of the App Store icon. Also here you can see green icon, green badge, very cool. And if we go to settings, under color badge, here we have an enable button, then you have Apex folder support. If you enable this, it will give support for the Apex tweak, and lower here you have enable borders. You can enable borders for your badges right here, and then also you can use legacy borders, just enable it right here, and then you have a respring button for all these changes to take effect. Very simple tweak to use, but it looks very cool. You can download it for 99 cents from the Big Boss repo. The next tweak we're going to show you, it's called alternate controls. This tweak will add some Android style buttons to your iOS 8 device. As you can see right here, if I swipe up from the right bottom corner of my device, I will get these three buttons. I can tap on the square to go to the app switcher, tap on the circle to go to the home screen, or I can tap and hold the triangle right here and it will show me my recent used apps. If we go to the settings of this tweak, we have an enable button, then here we have show touches, then we have use modern icons. If you disable this, then it will show these older style icons, and lower here we have invert colors. If we disable this, then it will make the buttons black. Lower here you have swipe location and activator gesture. Here you can choose how you want to launch these buttons, and then you have options right here. You have dismiss on touch, which means that you can dismiss this tweak by simply touching anywhere on the screen. Lower here you have dismiss on button press, which means that you will have to dismiss it by pressing the home button. Then you have vibrate on touch and also toggle to apps, which means that it will toggle between your two last used apps by simply tapping on the triangle. You can download alternate controls for 99 cents from the Big Boss repo. The next tweak we're going to show you, it's called Pharaoh. This tweak will organize all your app badges into one place. You can see this little icon right here on the status bar. If I tap on it, it will show me all the apps that have badges, and I can easily go ahead and launch any of them directly from here. I can close any of them simply by swiping up like this, or I can hold one of them until this window shows up, and now I can go ahead and just hit OK and clear all the app badges at the same time. Now if we go to settings, here we have Pharaoh. Here we can configure some settings for this tweak. We have an enable button right here, then lower here we have configuration. Here you can choose between a light mode and a dark mode. If you enable this, then you will have the light mode for the background of this tweak. If you disable it, you will have a darker mode. You can see it right here. And if we go back, then here we have preview. If you enable this, you will have a preview of the apps, just like on App Switcher. Here you see, you will have these little cards, a preview of the apps that you have badges on. And if we go back on settings, here we have reachable. If you enable this, then it will place Pharaoh down here on your device so you can easily reach it with one hand. Then you have use close box. If you enable this, then you will be able to close the apps that you have on Pharaoh by tapping on them and then hitting the X button, and not by swiping them up. Lower here you have allow paging. Here you can enable paging on Pharaoh so you can have pages of apps. Lower here you can hide app badges, and also you can go ahead and replace your app switcher with Pharaoh. Just enable it right here, and now you can use Pharaoh as your app switcher. Lower here you can choose how many apps you want to see per page, and then you have activator gestures. Here you can choose an activator gesture to launch Pharaoh. Lower here then you have security. If you go here, you can enable security for Pharaoh. Just enable it right here. You can also enable Touch ID, and if you want to change your passcode, just go lower here. You can see change passcode, and you can enter a passcode for Pharaoh. Now you can download Pharaoh for $150 from the Big Boss repo. The next week we're going to show you, it's called Dock and Roll. This tweak will add these cool animations to the dock of your iOS 8 device. You can see right here, the dock of my device looks way more different. And if we go to settings, here we have some options that we can configure for this tweak. We have an enable button right here. Then we have startup animation. What it does is that it will give you a cool animation on your dock whenever you unlock your device. Lower here, then you have dock mode. Here you can choose any of these effects that you want for your dock. Then lower here you can enable continuous and also center tapped icon. What it does is that it will bring the icon that you tap on the center of the dock. Lower here you can allow paging and also choose here how many icons you want to have per page. If you go lower here, then you can set the icon spacing, the icon perspective, also the scroll speed and the dock height with these sliders right here. You can download this tweak for $1.99 from the ModMyi repo. The next tweak we're going to show you, it's called EasySpring 2. This tweak will make it easier for you to respring your device, send it to the safe mode, reboot it, or just shut it down. As you can see right here, when we install this tweak, you will get an icon on your springboard. You open it up and then here you have these buttons. You have a logo of the tweak right here, then you have a respring button, clean UI cache, reboot, safe mode, and also shut down. And also you have a cancel button right here. And if we go to settings under EasySpring 2, here we have some options you can configure. If we go to settings right here, then you have replace power down screen. If you enable this, then it will replace the power down menu. So when you tap the power button to shut down your device, you won't get the slide to power off, but you will get this tweak like this. And if we go again to the settings, here we have show icon on home screen. Here you can choose if you want to show an icon of this tweak on your home screen or not. And lower here you have show icon on view, which means that it will show this logo of the tweak inside this tweak. You can download EasySpring for free from the Big Boss repo. Next up is a tweak called Harbor. This tweak will bring the OS X dock style to your iOS 8 device. You can see my dock right here, it looks way more different, and when I swipe through the icons, you can see right here they bounce, and I can easily go ahead and just release my finger to one of them and it will take me directly to that app. Now here we go to the settings of this tweak. We have an enable button right here, then we have animation duration right here. You can set it with the slider. Lower here you can set the size of the dock. Just slide the slider to the right side to make the dock smaller. You can see right now how it looks. And if we go back, then you have the wave height and width. You can set them with these sliders. Lower here you have bounce options. You can choose the time for bounce and also enable bounce in running apps and also on lock screen. Lower here you can flush the bottom edge, the background of your dock. You can flush the bottom edge with the bottom of your device. You can see right here the dock background goes all the way to the bottom of your device. And if we go back, you can also choose if you want to show app name indicator and also show app state dot, which is a black dot that indicates that the app is running in the background. Lower here, then you have use normal dock background. If you enable this, it will enable the normal dock background. I can download this tweak for $2.99 from the Big Boss repo. Next up is a tweak called RecordTorch. This is a very useful tweak which will allow you to turn on or off the flashlight of your device when you're recording a video. Now normally you will have to turn on the flashlight and keep it on until you're done recording a video, or if you have it off you can't turn on the flashlight while you're recording a video. But this tweak allows you to do that. You can see right here you have a button which you can drag anywhere you want on your device and just tap on it. You can see it will allow you to turn on or off the flashlight. Very cool tweak. And if we go to settings, all we have here is an enable button to use this draggable button, or you can use the native button of your iOS 8 device. If you want to do that, you just disable this and enable this switch right here. Next up is a tweak called Walmart. This tweak will allow you to have a different wallpaper on your device anytime you unlock it. You can see right here, if I lock and unlock my device, I will have a different wallpaper. And if we go to the settings of this tweak, here we have an enable button, then you have wallpaper mode. You can choose where you want to apply this tweak. You can choose to apply it on lock screen and home screen, or just on lock screen, or just on your home screen. And if we go back, then we have shuffle right here and perspective zoom. You can also enable blur for your wallpapers. Just enable it right here and set the blur strength with the slider right here. If we go back, then here you choose the album from which you want to take these wallpapers and change them anytime you unlock your device. You can also set the wallpapers to change on interval. Just enable it right here and enter after how many seconds you want the wallpapers to change. Now if you go to your device, you can see it will change the wallpapers every 3 seconds. You can download Walmart for free from the Big Boss repo. And the last tweak for this video, it's called LSWeather. This tweak will allow you to have the weather of your city on your lock screen. Instead of the slide to unlock, you will have the weather of your city. You can see right here at the bottom of the lock screen. Now the first thing you have to do after you install this tweak is go to your settings and enable it right here. Then lower here you can set the weather update interval, and then here you can change the font for the weather. You can choose any font you like. Then you can also enable your city to show the name of your city on your lock screen. Enable it right here and choose a font right here. Then also you can hide the unlock chevron and also display a weather icon on your lock screen. Lower here you can disable the glint on the slide to unlock text, and then here you can choose where you want to place the weather on your lock screen. You can adjust the position vertically with the slider right here. Then you can also enable this minute time and date on your lock screen. You can see right here this minute time and date. It looks very cool. Now you can download this tweak for $1.99 from the Big Boss repo. So these are the top 20 Cydia tweaks for 2015. I hope you guys enjoyed them, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Also go ahead and follow us on Twitter. You can find the link to our Twitter account in the description of this video.